Hello everyone and welcome to the second lecture of Git and GitHub. So in this lecture we will learn how to install Git for the first time on your machine. So let's go to this URL, official page. You now should click Downloads, and you can also check documentation for tutorials and how to use Git as well. So let's go and click Downloads. Now here you have downloads for the Mac OS, Git for Windows or Linux. So since we are using Windows, let's click here, Windows. And we have here our download ready for the 64-bit. If you're using 32-bit, you have the version here as well. Download the 64 Git. So here it is. Let's click this. Let's double click and install Git to our computer. Let's run it. Yes. Next. Next. And next. And here we should use this one, recommended. Okay. 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 And install. Now it's installing. Okay, let's finish this. And we have now Git installed on our computer. Just going to create a shortcut. Okay, and there it is. Cool. If you are a Windows user, I would recommend you to download another program called Commander Console Emulator. Okay, let's download this. I'll tell you right away what it's for. So click here. And let's download this as well, okay? So download full. Okay, so downloader is basically a console where we type all the commands to use Git, okay? Git will be used through a command line. You will have to get used to it. If you don't know how to use a command line, don't worry. We will cover the basic line commands to use Git in this course. I know a lot of people are afraid to use a command line. They don't like it. They prefer to use point and click. But don't worry, you will get used to it, and it's very, very easy. So we now have the Commander zip. Let's install it. Okay, let's create a folder on my desktop. We call it Commander. And let's download this to. Let's extract all the files on the zip to Commander. Let's click here, and if you click Commander, okay, there it is. Awesome. So next step, let's just learn a little bit about basic command line in Windows and in the terminal. Whenever we have C two dots and slash users backslash black desktop commander, this means the directory, okay, the directory where we are right now. So basically, if we go to computer and we go to user black here, you'll see the directory desktop as well, and then commander. Okay, so users black 3 desktop commander. This is the directory commander here. Okay, there it is, black desktop commander. Okay, which means the same that we have here. So let's just type ls, and if you type ls, you will see everything we have inside the commander directory. So we have bin commander.exe config icons license. If you go here, you see the same content. Pretty easy, right? Okay, next step, let's learn a few basic command lines to work in the terminal. So in order that we have this working successfully and we have Git installed, the first thing we're going to type is git space / and let's type version. And there it is. Okay. As a response, we have version 2.224.1.windows.2. Okay, great. So this means we have Git working and installed on our computer. So the next thing is to create some configuration for Git. and create a username, and let's create an email. Okay. So the reason to do this is whenever you are making changes on Git and the code, Git knows who is making the changes and who is the user that is currently working. Okay. So the first thing is Git config global, since we are working in a global capacity for Git, and then user dot name, and then the username you want to use, I'm gonna put Victor CB. Click enter, and now we're gonna prepare the email. So git config --global as well, and then user.email, and let's type our email. Okay. Okay, enter. Now, if you want to make sure you have registered this correctly, we just type git config user.name, and there it is, Victor CB, as well as for the user email. Okay. Sorry. And there it is. Okay, awesome. It's working. Now, as you can see, the email was not correctly inserted. Okay, you can see there's an error, and I've created the wrong email, Gmail. To change this, and if you have to change anything, either your user name or email, you just type again the same thing. Okay, so user.email. So let's type this correctly. So gmail.com. Okay, and now let's confirm this. And there it is. Awesome. So we now have our user ready to start using Git. Now I'm going to show you a few command lines finally. So in order to change, for example, to an upper directory, we type cd space and 2 dots. Okay, so as you can see, we are going up in the directory. Okay, let's go until user cd again, space 2 dots. Okay, great. If you want to go down, you just type cd in the directory that we want to go, which is in this case is black3. Okay, there it is. Let's go also all again. Desktop. Let's stay in desktop. Now, as we did before, if I want to list all the content in this directory, just type ls, and there you have it. Okay. Or you can also use the command dir, and there it is, with a lot more information about each content and how big they are. Now let's create a new directory in desktop. So let's type, to do this, let's type mk to make dir space and then test. Okay, click enter. And now if you type, you can see here test has appeared immediately. Okay, the directory with nothing on it. So let's go to cd test. Okay, and here inside test, let's create a new directory as well. So mk directory, and let's type home, enter. Now if you open test, there it is. Okay, and this is how you use the command line and work throughout your machine with Windows. We can create, delete, we can basically do anything on the command line the same as we do with point and click and the menus. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all the commands, obviously, because we don't have time. These are only the basic commands. If you want to look for all the commands that you can use here, you can look for the documentation in Git webpage. Okay. Now, how to create also a simple, let's say, an HTML file. So let's say we want to create a new index.html file on our project. So basically, we do the command line, the command touch, and then index.html. Okay, and if we go here, there it is. Awesome. If I also type here ls, there it is, index.html. Okay. Now, what about deleting a file? So to delete a file, you will use the command line remove with rm, and then the name of the file, always with the extension, in this case .html. Okay, so let's go ls, and nothing is there. We go here, nothing there. Index.html was deleted. Okay guys, so these are the basic command lines, and in the next video we'll show you how to start using the command line with Git. Okay,